How you guys doing?
Doing pretty good.
Yeah, pretty good, pretty good.
The world of this season is probably going to be on like a big city backdrop. There's like 100,000 people in it, and I think that you three will be basically nobodies at the start of this. I think in the first episode right now is you're going to an adventurers guild to sign up for a job. I've got this idea for this building that runs like all of the requests in the city, and they're like, okay, well, we'll hire these nobodies to take care of this for us, and then you get some money from it. That's kind of the world that I'm planning out. But as far as character concepts goes, you guys had ideas for a monk probably from Andrew, and
Yes.
a fighter probably from Kendall, and a cleric from Colleen, which I think works out as far as like play style goes, surviving battles and whatnot. I guess Andrew, you're kind of going to be like the squishiest one of the group, maybe?
What does that mean?
It means you have the highest damage output, but the lowest hit points.
Okay.
Because Kendall's the one that's going to be tanking up damage, and Colleen will be healing and casting spells.
Yeah.
It would be cool to have either Andrew or Kendall like maybe do one of the magic subclasses, so we have a little bit more like fun stuff to be able to do. I wrote out the options, the subclass options for these characters. Yeah, I don't know if you guys have already decided what would be cool.
I did.
Yeah.
She's a turtle, which is a giant turtle person, kind of older. Her name's Gram. Everyone just calls her Gram. She's just all about like hugging everyone she meets right off the bat, and like just taking care of people, being very motherly. Like she didn't even have any weapons. She only had a frying pan that she would hit people with. And she loved crocheting, and she was actually like a merchant. And so she had just a cart, and she's always just crocheting when she's idle, making sweaters. Her goddess was Eldath. It was like the goddess of light, or a light and life, or whatever. It was like a running water symbol, I think. Gram.
Yeah, I think that could, depending on what everybody's ideas for themselves would be, I think that could be a fun juxtaposition.
Yeah.
Okay. Anybody else have like an idea for how you fight or what your backstory is?
Yeah, I wrote like a little backstory. Okay, so for my character, which I do not have a name yet, I'm still trying to think of that. But I'm gonna be of a Gith and a monk. So there was rioting when I was very young that unfortunately took my parents away. When the rioting came to my neighborhood, I hid away while I heard my parents being dragged out to the street. All I could do was cry silently and mourn at the chaos outside. Then there was silence. So then I decided to come out of hiding and witness the aftermath. But by the time I made it to the door, a black silhouette stood towering over me. It explained that he was not there to harm me, but to take me away from this ravaged home to a safer place. This place was a monastery. And during the years I spent there, I was taught to channel my anger to a more wholesome and understanding view of the world. And since I never really found out whether my parents died or not, being that I didn't see their bodies, I always had this feeling that they were always alive. By the time I felt like I was old enough and ready, I decided to leave the monastery on my search to try to find my parents.
Okay.
And that's it.
Cool. Do any of those pop out at you as looking like fun? The different types of monks?
I like the Way of the Shadow.
That would be, yeah, that's like the monk rogue, basically. So
Yeah, because I chose my skills were going to be stealth and acrobatics.
Okay. Kendall, you got an idea for a fighter?
Yeah, kind of. So I didn't know what like race I really wanted, because I didn't know if you need someone like long range or short range kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Mostly I was thinking of either being a dwarf if you need long range, or a half orc if you need like melee fighter. And then basically I wanted to kind of be like a dumb kid, not a kid, but like someone young who just wants to be famous, who like came into us like from a small village and just wanted, the fame and fortune, not really like the necessarily like great fighting battles, but to be known as a good fighter.
Sure. Okay. Honestly, I could see you can play long range or short range, Kendall. If you want to do long range, we'll try to make Andrew work more as a frontline fighter. And if you want to do short range, then
Gotta put me to work.
Yeah.
I
Well,
want to be in the shadows, but I'll come out. Whatever. it's
Colleen's
alright.
turtle character too will be pretty well at like taking a beating because
Yeah.
clerics are typically tough.
It's like, yeah, I get beat up. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, play whatever sounds fun for you to play, because I think that's the thing that's most entertaining for the listeners is what makes us have fun. But I like you guys' concepts. I feel like they work really well together because the monk is like the more serious, darker backstory. I don't know, Kendall, you still have plenty of room for what actually happened to set you on your path. You know? But I like that you've got almost a naivety, right? And then a mom. I always just picture if it could work in like a sitcom, if it's going to be good for a D&D party. But if we go further into background development, I would love if you guys could come up with some secrets your character might have. Like maybe 3 of them. So they don't have to be like horrible or crazy game-changing things.
I stole this thimble.
Yeah. No, that's fine. And I was thinking, if you have one that's like just secret to you and you don't think anybody knows it, and then a couple that maybe people have heard it or there's rumors about it. Because I was gonna like have you 3 not really know each other, but have vaguely
Like a
run into each
rumor.
other. Yeah, so I
Yeah.
was gonna give one of your secrets to each of the other people so you can like you've heard this rumor about them. And maybe another one that's not true and you don't know which is which. So I thought that would be fun.
Oh, that is fun.
I hear she uses the blood of her enemies in that frying pan.
Yeah.
I heard she can't even cook on that frying pan. She just carries it around.
Yeah, Graham has just only vicious rumors about her. She's just the scariest. Her reputation is so scary.
What purpose does the secrets like have?
It's just gonna help for how your characters interact with each other, and maybe how I design like adventures. Like, if your secret is afraid of spiders, you might be more likely to have spiders in your in a dungeon one time just for entertainment. I mean,
Got you.
and then also some NPCs would be cool if you had like a friend, maybe an enemy, and then maybe like a rival. Oh, one NPC I had, because I said that you guys were like, you're going to have your first ever mission with this Adventurers Guild. It works well with Kendall, with your backstory, but let me know, is that like one of you is related to maybe a sibling of like the people who are the best of the best of the best
I
adventurers.
thought about that.
Really?
Nice.
I got bullied, and then I was like, well, my cousin is the best fighter in Waterdeep.
Yeah.
Yeah, rivalry.
Maybe somebody knows a rich person, a noble of some kind.
The king loves my sweaters.
Yeah, that's true. That's good.
You make all his nightgowns.
Yeah.
And then a goal for why you need the gold, or why you need the adventure, or whatever brought us here. Something will happen to unite you guys pretty well, but it'll still be helpful that your like long-term goals just don't make sense to stay in the city for a little while. As far as character sheets go, this is a template that
Oh.
Oh, okay.
anybody ever work in the service industry?
Yeah.
These things fit perfectly into those little books, which I have some of. They're like checkbooks.
Yeah.
So I slide one to the left and one to the right, and then it just doesn't take up as much space on the table because you can like stand it up. Or I really like this app, which is called 5th Edition Character Sheet. And what's nice about it is it'll do most of the leveling up for you. Because,
I'm gonna download that right now.
And then if you are a class that has spellcasting, the Spell List D&D 5th Edition that is also right here on the thing.
Whoa.
It's nice.
Yeah,
I
that's-
always use it to like search when one of you do something and we're like, oh wait, how much damage does that do? I'll real quick search it and pull it
Yeah.
up pretty quick.
Make sure we're using it right.
Yeah.
Well, I'm looking in my player's handbook and looking at spells, and there's just so many.
There are a lot. And the thing about a cleric is you can change your list every morning. Technically, you can change your list if you want to.
Wow.
Like a wizard has them written in their spellbook, but a cleric's like, hey God, what should I use today? And then you can change them.
So should I whisper to you before we play every time?
That's another segment on Patreon.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
Hello, God. Hello.
Is that you? It's me, Graham.
Graham's prayers, $10 tier.
$10 tier.
Just- just for you asking the gods if they should create water or not.
Someone might be thirsty.
All right, everybody.
All right.
Thanks for coming tonight.
For sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nice meeting you guys.
Yeah, nice to meet you guys.
guys.
Nice to meet everybody. I'm excited. It seems like it's going to be a good time.
Yeah,
You too.
I'm pumped.
See you guys later.
All right.
Bye.
Ciao.
Bye, guys.
All right, later.
Well, that's episode 0 of Roll For It, Season 2. I had all that stuff in my little book here, which has a dragon on it, which is so cool. First time I'm using this book. I don't know why I'm still talking. I'm going to hang up now.